Hello everyone, I am back with another video. If you're new here, I'm Molly and I do a mixture of book content that includes Christian and non-Christian books and book related content, and I am here today to talk to you about my 2025 goals that are book related as well as booktube related. So I am just going to kind of start from the top of my list. I've written one here, there you go, 2025 goals. And I am taking my pen with me apparently. There we go. The problem with wearing knitted stuff isn't it? Get caught and everything. So, I'm just going to start from the top of my list. I could talk about my goals from this year first. So, currently it is 2024, and technically it's after midnight, so technically it's Saturday the 14th of December. So, yeah, there's still time to go in the year/month. So, yeah, when it comes to how many books I have read this year, I can't really give you a very accurate sort of number, but what I could do is say how many I've read so far, but I'm going to do a proper end of the year book tag type thing, probably either in January or late this month. There's another one as well, wasn't there? Yeah, things like all the books I've read, something like that, or both. So those I'll leave to the end of December/January. But I've been keeping track of my books in 2 journals. I should get them out. So I've been mostly keeping track in my bullet journal for the year, which is this one. This is by Amanda Rach Lee, who is actually a YouTuber. She does sort of art and bullet journaling stuff. In more recent years, mostly bullet journaling spreads. Basically, she does these journals. I'm getting caught again now, but now in my journal. Sean, there we go. She does all sorts of journals, and the covers change each year, but it's not quite the same. But regardless of what cover you get, it's the same for that year, the spreads. And she does a electronic version. She does a blank version where it's just dot grid. But then she also does, which is what she's most popular for, is bullet journals that are arty. So they, have things to colour in. So things like this. This is from February this year. This is a general journal. And this is the first one that I used for my book tracking. So this is just basically a very limited, it's basically just a list of the books I've read, when I started them, when I finished them, and my star rating with the title and the author. Very basic. And then there we go. But then around the end of this year, when did I do it? When did I buy you? Okay, so I bought this in October and started it officially I bought this in August and started it properly in September. There we go. And this is just a proper book journal, reading journal, and this is already kind of set up for you, so it has a way you can track your books as a bookshelf. You can colour it in, write the titles, whatever you want. Both, I've done both. But then it also has a wish list, the recommendations to keep hold of, and then it's got a bit that has top 10 lists. So it has things like this, your top 10 tropes, your favourite standalones, favourite series, classics, characters, all those sorts of different things. And then it has a few extra blank top 10 lists for you to do your own ones if you want. And there's also your top 10 quotes as well. And then it has a general reading log. That's the word, reading log, like the one I've been doing in my bullet journal. And again, it's very basic. And then you go into your general sort of reviews. So it kind of does reviews like that. And then also bigger reviews. Where is it? Like these as well. It kind of does a mixture for each month, basically. And then it has a little section for your bookish thoughts. I never really knew what to do for those. I don't know what that means. I've just left them. But then it also gives you an overview of your month. So it has a TBR tracker where you can put how many books you want to read and how many books you ended up reading, along with, again, another book log. And then it also has a monthly wrap-up for it. So it has how many books you read again, and then how many pages, any DNFs, any rereads, and then lists of the best and worst books. And then your total amount to read, so your total 5-star, total 4 stars, etc. And you can also, again, have bookish thoughts again, and any new discoveries, either for like a series or an author, whichever. And it basically sticks to that all the way through to the end. So that's how I've been tracking what I've been reading this year. This one has my most comprehensive one because this one starts from January, whereas this one starts from when I first started writing in it, mainly because I would probably finish the book if I did that. So yeah, I thought I'd leave that. So I basically did. So I guess I can talk about how many books I've read so far. Let's see. BRB. Okay, I've read a lot more than I thought. So I've read 53 books so far this year, which is incredible. And that is a mixture of non-fiction and fiction, but mostly fiction. And I have smashed my my reading goals for this year, because I originally put in January this year, and I wanted to read 48 books this year, which basically equates to nearly a book a week-ish. So yeah, that's very cool. So yes, I'm going to kind of leave it at that, because obviously this won't include any books that I will be reading this month that I haven't read yet. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I will do a more comprehensive one some other time, but that is how many books I have read so far this year. Basically then, to go from there, let's talk about how I'm going to track my books. So I basically don't really like this book, because there is a section where it talks about how many pages you read each day. And I have to say, I didn't really keep up with it. I'm not very good at doing things daily like that. So sometimes I would do it daily for a little while, and then sometimes I would just about remember or guess how many I read. But obviously that's not a very accurate way of doing things. So yeah. But to be honest, the rest of the time it's fine. I don't really do quotes, mainly because I don't remember them. So yeah, but that might change. There might be the odd one where I put quotes, I don't know. But yeah, I don't want to get rid of this though. But I am tempted to do my own proper reading journal. And when I say proper, I mean like kind of do your own spread sort of thing. And that's because I will be joining in with some yearly challenges, which I will get to soon, as well as obviously I'm sure there'll be readathons in each month that I'll be wanting to join in with. And obviously this book doesn't really give you space to do that, really. So that is a little bit of a problem. Only a small one. It's, you know, there are bigger problems in life and the world, but yeah. So I do have a dot grid journal that I'm not using, so I could always use that, but that's tentative. So I don't know when I'm going to start that or anything like that, so we'll have to see. But either way, at the very least, I will continue doing what I did this year with using the reading journal, but also tracking my books in my bullet journal. I'm just going to do it that way for now. So yeah. So because we're talking about books and book journals, let's talk about the challenges that I'm planning to participate this year. So I was quite new to BookTube to watch, especially Christian BookTube. So yearly challenges like Oceana's Christian romance one and Chantel's Read Your Bookshelf ones, I couldn't participate in because it's too late in the year when I started watching Christian BookTube. So this year, that can change if I want to join in, and I do. So, as I've said, I'm going to join in with Chantel's Read Your Bookshelf challenge. Apparently this year is a bit different from, next year, 2025 will be a bit different to this year. It's just one word prompts. So, I know January, the first prompt is beauty. So, you can kind of take that and run with it, as they say. It could have the word in the title, or it can look beautiful, or maybe even the topic be about beauty or whatever. So it does give you more room, which I quite like, because I'm more able to read my actual bookshelf and not buy more books for that particular challenge by having fake prompts like that, because it gives me some wiggle room. Anyway, but also Chantel is also doing another yearly challenge called the Year of Maud, and that is because of L.M. Montgomery, who more famously, as far as I'm aware, wrote the Anne of Green Gables series. So as you can tell by the Year of Maud, each month you have one L.M. Montgomery book to read, and you basically start with Anne of Green Gables, and you basically go from there. There's also other L.M. Montgomery books to read, not just from Anne of Green Gables, so I would definitely recommend giving Chantel's video about that a watch. If you're interested. So yeah, those are her two challenges that I'm going to take part in. There's also Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails. She's also doing a yearly challenge, and this is a Princess Bride themed challenge. So all the prompts are to do with the books or movies, and then you have to pick books that are to do with what she's put those prompts as. Again, I will link her down below so you can have a look if you're interested. And she also says you can, if you want, read and also watch The Princess Bride, but she says you don't have to. But if you haven't done one or both of them, really, the prompts might not make any sense. But it's not a big deal. You can still take part, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, then there is Oceana's Christian Romance Challenge again. I've not had a good look at it yet, but I think she did go through it. I just can't remember what she said. But again, there'll be prompts and you'll need to pick a Christian romance from those prompts. And there's also a yearly readathon going on with Alma from Alma's book journey. She is doing technically 2 yearly challenges, but they are connected. And these are like yearly decades, basically. And what it is the 2 challenges, one of them is books that are written in that decade. So I think like January is a book that has to have been written in 1910, I think. But then there's also books that are set in a particular decade. So I think like there's books set in like the 1970s, for example, and basically they go opposite to each other. So I think the ones that are written in that decade start with 1910, I think. I could be wrong. And the ones that are set in a particular decade start with like either 1980 or 1990, and I'm not 100%. Or it could be the 2000s, I'm not sure. I would watch a video about it, and either way, it's basically opposite to each other, so one of them is the opposite of the other and all of that. It sounded really interesting. I've never heard anything like that. Not that I've had much experience with these things either, but it sounded completely new to me, and I was like, oh, that's really cool, really interesting. So I wanted to join in with that. And obviously there may be monthly readathons that I will join in with again, or newly join in. So those I will probably stick to doing each month when I talk about my TBR. So yes, that's that one really. The next thing I want to talk about is the amount of books I want to read. So I know I'm already over 50 this year, and I'm actually only just thinking about it now. So I should have thought of it before filming, but I didn't. So what can you do? Have a drink whilst I'm thinking. I'm not sure how many I want to read. I could stick to 50 to start off, or I could do 52, because I know there are 52 weeks in a year. So I could do that. So that would actually constitute as one book a week. So I could do that. Or I could go and do like 60 or 70 books, because what I don't want to do is reach too high and then stress myself out and want to try and reach that goal. Because really all I want to do is just read and enjoy what I'm reading. Like I don't really care too much how many I read. It's just really interesting. And having a goal is a good thing. You know, as long as you don't let it rule your life sort of thing, or be a detriment to your health sort of thing, because it's stressing you out or something. So yeah, I think I might do 60 for now, and just see how we get on. Because if I don't reach it, I don't reach it. If I go beyond it, that's great too. So yeah, I'll do that, 60 books. I should write that down, because I will probably forget and change my mind knowing me. I'll do it now, look, so we'll have proof that I've done it. Right, there you go. I'm going to write it on. Amount of books I want to read. There you go. I'm going to put it next to there. So I've written it down now, so I have proof that I did actually pick a number. Because knowing me, I could easily forget. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is authors I particularly want to read from. And I'm not going to include authors that are part of challenges, so like the Year of Maud that Chantel's doing. Obviously that's Ellen Montgomery, so I'm not going to include her because she's already an author I'll be reading specifically this year. So I'm not going to include her. So authors I really want to read from, I want to get into a little bit of Agatha Christie, because obviously she's the queen of the mystery, the murder mystery, you know, I can't remember the phrase, is the queen of crime or something, I don't know. It's a very famous phrase that I know of, but I just can't remember. So, but I want to read more of her books, and I've actually asked Cheryl from Candlewick Library, because she just did a video on Agatha Christie books that she wants to read this coming year, I think, or something like that. So, you know, I asked her what books would she recommend for someone who's new to her, because I want to, you know, try her out and stuff. So I'll be starting with those books. I can't remember the titles, but yeah. So I do want to read more of hers. I would say also maybe Gabrielle Meyer, who writes the Timeless series. I would say her, because I want to try out that series. I've got the first 2 books, so I'll say her. Also Francine Rivers, I want to read more of her books, continue to read more of her books. Other than that, I can't really think of any specific authors. A lot of it is just general, like, genres, I guess. So, like, more Christian fiction, more biblical fiction. I did have a goal last year of reading more classics, which I definitely have done. I've read more classics than I have done ever. So that's fantastic. So I do want to continue on that because I do have a few classics in my book collection physically that I want to read. So I'll continue with that. And other than that, maybe try and read more of the books that I've got instead of buying more, of course. But that's always a challenge. It's always the way. But yeah. Yeah. Other than that, I don't really have any specific other books. Yeah. Just that really. And then my last thing I want to talk about is any booktube goals that I want. So I haven't really kept track much of my subscribers and stuff like that. I know the last I checked, I think I had 44, which is insane, by the way. Like, how are there 44 of you who have subscribed to my channel? Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't necessarily expect all of them to watch all of my videos necessarily, because I don't think that's been happening. But the fact that they're still subscribed is insane. And then having the amount of people watching and commenting on my videos, no matter how many there are, is just insane. Because I'm not particularly exciting in terms of how I film. You know, like people have like B-roll, don't they? You know, and all these lovely setups and like, ooh, lovely. That's not me. So yeah. But yeah, I guess just continuing what I'm doing. To get more subscribers, but I'm not really going to keep track, so I don't really mind or care, because it's not, I mean, it's always cool to reach more people, you know, especially in terms of more Christian content and, you know, trying to share Jesus with the world. Although, to be fair, most of my content, I'm not really doing that, but I'm very new, you know, it will come with time. And hopefully the little seeds get planted, you know. I don't know. God works in mysterious ways, as they say, don't they? So, yeah. I don't really have particular goals for that, really. Just maybe, I don't know, maybe having better filming setups, hopefully, or ways of filming, if you know what I mean, like a little bit more exciting. But I don't know, it's not, my skills are limited to what I can do, partly because of my impairments, but also partly because I can't be bothered. You know, like there are people who do all this lovely filming, you know, they film B-roll and talk over it and all of these other lovely spots that they film, and I love watching it, but I can imagine and guess quite, you know, have an educated guess that takes a lot of energy and time, and both of which I don't have, and so, yeah. Although I would like to try a few more vlogs, maybe. I don't really do anything, though, that would be exciting or interesting, but I could. If there's anything in particular you want to see me do, that would be cool. Like, is there particular videos you want me to do? If you want to see vlogs, let me know what sort of things you might want to see, because that'll help me have an idea, if I do vlog, what sort of things to show you, really. Yeah, I think, yeah, it's just about that, really, because it's not really about being famous and having loads of viewers and likes and comments. The more the merrier, of course, but it's not a goal I'm going to try and hammer it, you know, sort of thing. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm easy. I'm not not fussed. If God wants me to put more effort to get more subscribers, then I know he'll let me know, and if he wants me to do that, I will find a way to do that. But otherwise, it's just a bit of a hobby, a thing to do. I enjoy all the people I'm making friends with online through YouTube and Instagram as well. So, it's more about the people, really. And the amount, the smaller amount of people, the more likely you can make friendships online with, Because you see, with all the big channels, the YouTuber can't keep track of all the comments, so they might be able to do a load of them and stuff, but, they won't be able to keep up with, hundreds or thousands of comments or anything. So, yeah, the smaller channels do have their positives, So, yeah, have a look at anything else. Nope. That's it, really, in terms of my goals for next year. I thought I'm actually, if you recognise my outfit, I am pre-filming this after already filming, hopefully, what you will have already seen, the winter/Christmas essentials tag. I just filmed them both on the same night to get them over and done with. Then I can just sort out and edit the videos. So yes, I don't know when I'll put this up. I might put this up as an extra video before my usual sort of Saturday video that I do. Or I might just wait until the Saturday after, I don't know. But yeah, either way, you will be seeing this in December. So yeah, yeah, that's it. If you like my content and you haven't subscribed, please do. Give this video a like. Leave a comment, say, what are your goals for next year? Do you have anything in particular? If you have YouTube, do you have any particular goals for your channel or of any sort? It doesn't have to be really big goals. Same thing with, your goals for life, or goals for your reading. It could be big or small, whatever. Yeah, just let me know in the comments. So yes, thank you for watching. Can't think. It's getting late. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, so I think you can forgive me if I can't brain. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a good rest of your day, night, whenever you're watching this. And yes, God bless you, and I will see you in my next video.